Hope everybody's doing great. Been a while. Great opportunity this week, playing a big game against a great opponent. A lot of work's gone on to get to this point. Guys started back in January, staff and players together, and they've earned the right to play in a game like this. Great opponent, great venue. You look at Ohio State defensively; they lead almost every category in the country. And offensively, got elite players on that side of the ball, and they tie it together well with special teams. So huge challenge for us, but one we're really excited about. And preparation's been good. We got to continue that this week and get ready to go play our best football when we get up to Columbus. So great opportunity. Hope we see a bunch of our fans showing up as well. Open it up.
We'll start in the back with Rick and then up front here with Jay.
Hey, Coach, bowl games are fun and teams get much needed extra work, but how important is it for this program to be playing such a meaningful game this time of year?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the goals for our program is to earn the right to get into this tournament. Proud of what our guys have done. First week of this preparation, we got a lot of young guy work. We've been intentional with that throughout the course of the season as well. And have tried to continue that as we've, shifted our focus to Ohio State. But this is, all the work and energy that you put into it. This is where you want to be.
Josh, for the people that believed in your vision before you had anything to point to, Dylan specifically, what does it mean for you then to get to this point, to be in the playoff, and to have tangible results of things that they believed in when you had just gotten here and they were coming on board? Yeah, absolutely. Next step for us as a program,
2 years ago, I think we finished sixth in the country. There's a lot of guys that have been a part of building this. You look at the senior class, guy like Dylan that bought into the vision before there was tangible proof on the field of who we are, what we're about, and how we're going to go play together. And it only happens because of the guys inside of that locker room. It's a room filled of guys that care about the guys around them. They're elite competitors, and really proud of what they've done again to restamp this program.
Got here, you talked about competing for championships. Now you have an opportunity to do that. For you personally, what is it like to be on this stage and have this opportunity when you think back to where this program was in 21?
Yeah, again, it happens because of your staff and your players all buying into a vision, competing towards that every single day. We've continued to take steps. I'm really proud of everybody that's involved in that. But this is the next step that we had to take as a program, and it's a great opportunity, but now it's about what are you going to do with the opportunity, and it starts long before you get to kickoff. It's preparation and practice the right way to give yourself a chance to go play elite football.
Coach, this probably is an odd question, but do you feel like your roster is set for Saturday, and how crazy is the timing of this entire month?
Okay, that is an odd question, yes. Obviously, the calendar, the way that it's set up, it's unique. This might be the only sport that operates this way, where, transfer portal, free agency, whatever you want to call it, is right in the middle of your postseason play. But we do feel like the roster is set. This group's ready to go compete and ready to prepare the right way. They've had really good energy and focus. Last week we knew who our opponent was going to be, and we could start our preparation, and had great energy today as well.
And no one who's gone in the portal will be a part, right?
What was that?
No one who's gone in the portal will be a part, right?
No.
Josh, I know you're focused on things on the field, but Tennessee fans have been really enthusiastic to find tickets and to buy tickets to get to this game. Any part of that surprise you that they've managed to find their way into that stadium?
Not with this fan base. It's a nice short drive up there, and Christmas is right around the corner. It's a great Christmas present. So.
So many people are making a big deal about the weather. I'm not sure Ohio State's played any games in 20 degrees either this time of year. Is this temperature-wise look like a South Dakota type winter day?
Yeah, it's a June day in South Dakota. It's going to be great football weather. A couple of weeks ago we played in 30-degree weather. We practiced in the morning, still chill. As cold as it will be around this area, and at the end of the day, you get between the white lines. Weather doesn't matter. The temperature doesn't, and we'll be ready to go play. It'll be a lot of fun.
That Tennessee should just be happy to be in the playoffs. You're playing with house money. What would you say to that narrative that you're just happy to be in the playoffs?
And if you're just happy to be there, it's going to be a quick cup of coffee. So the mindset of this team is get ready to go play our best football. We understand the opponent that we're playing. They got an elite roster, really good coaches, prestigious program. We got to go play good football. It doesn't take anything extraordinary at the same time. It's us doing the ordinary things at a really high level consistently for 60 minutes, and looking forward to continuing our prep to get ready to go play.
Banged up football team coming off of the Vanderbilt win. How much have you all benefited from these last couple of weeks, and how important is it that you all are the more physical football team on Saturday?
Yeah, it typically happens in this league. As you go through all those games, every football team in this league is going to be banged up. Having a couple extra weeks to heal up, I feel like we'll have everybody ready to roll when we get up there. The line of scrimmage is going to be important in this one. It always is in big football games. You got to be able to run the football on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, you got to control the line of scrimmage. That's your first and second level and your safeties in particular. But line of scrimmage will matter. You want to get people into predictable third downs and then be able to rush the passer and get off the field.
You guys got on the cusp of all this 2 years ago, and it felt like it happened so fast for the program. And you talk about your guys just need to do ordinary things at a high level. Do you feel like this team believes that more than maybe they did 2 years ago, where it happened so fast it was like you had whiplash to get there?
Yeah, I don't think anybody in the locker room had whiplash 2 years ago. But we understand what big games look like, what they feel like, the type of environments that you're going to play in. Certainly understand playing great opponents, and the preparation, I think they have a great understanding of, and then the competitive makeup that you have to have when you get to game day. There's going to be ups and downs, back and forth, and these types of games, and staying consistent, having an elite competitive makeup mindset, really important.
Josh, what's something you've learned about Nico over the course of his first season starting for you?
I just think his ability to reset and go play the next play, next drive, next half, his ability to continue to grow and compete throughout the course of the football game. As a young quarterback, that's really hard to do. He's done a really good job of that.
Josh, I know you guys are getting ready for a game, but you've also added some of your newcomers from your signing class. What's that been like the past few days, and what have you seen from them so far?
Yeah, got a chance to get on the field with them yesterday and today. It's a really good group, athletic traits. The way they've handled themselves just getting to campus first time, done a really nice job. Really excited about what we've seen from those guys so far. It's been a lot of fun having that influx of guys, talent into our roster here as they get an opportunity to experience postseason play.
OSU has a pretty elite trio of wide receivers. How do you think your DBs will fare in that matchup?
Yeah, it'll be a big part of it. You got to not give up a bunch of big explosive plays where they create momentum, field position, ability to score points. So it does start with the line of scrimmage for us, but we got to do a great job of playing disciplined and matching people out, playing with fundamentals and technique, and then going and making plays. There's going to be one-on-one situations. We got to win the lion's share of those.
Josh, you look at Ohio State in the red zone, both offensively and defensively, really efficient football team. What have you seen from their units that make them so effective inside the 20?
Yeah, defensively, within the scope of the structure that they're playing, they got great discipline. Their eyes are in the right spot. They match things out. Their front seven make it tough to run the football. Then offensively for them, they do a really good job in those situations. Dynamic playmakers out on the outside, so when you load the box, they got guys that have the opportunity to go win in one-on-ones, and when you don't, they're efficient in running the football. Running backs are elite, for us, defensively, we got to do a great job. And, if you can hold them to field goals, it changes the way the game's played. Offensively, we got to find a way to get 7 down there.
Josh, back to the early enrollees. Everybody's trying to sell to recruits that they can get to the playoff at a program. How does it help you guys reinforce that message when these guys are actually practicing here while the team's getting ready to go to the playoff?
Yeah, absolutely. You're not talking about it. They're right in the midst of it, and they're a part of the preparation. And, they're learning what it looks like to be a college football player at this level, but to do it inside of our building. And you're doing it while you're preparing for a big game. So not a better opportunity to understand what it's going to take to play at the highest level.
Coach, when you have a couple of weeks off, can there be a lot of new wrinkles thrown in, or is this kind of, you are what you are, but both teams kind of are what they are at this point when you go play?
Yeah, we have nothing new defensively, offensively, or special teams. It'll be exactly what we've done.
Austin and Noah.
Brent and Ryan kind of touched on just the different things that got going on right now. I'm sure if you had nothing else but this game to prepare for, you would tell you there's not enough time in the day. But when you got to host, kids coming out of the portal, trying to hold on to your own players, obviously the newcomers, all the stuff that's going in, like, just how much more intense is like this week than compared to a year ago when there was no 12-team playoff and you were just kind of doing some of that stuff without this game to prepare for?
End of the day, you're always going to prepare the way that you need to put your kids in the best position. You're never going to take away from that. This job, college football in general, is dramatically different than it was 2, 4, 6, 8 years ago. The way the calendar is, there's a lot of things that you're juggling all at one time. You got to find a way to navigate that. That's why the people inside of the building that help you are integral to your success. And on the recruiting side of it, it's always what coaches say is a piece of the puzzle, man, but it's not the biggest piece. When they get here, understanding the culture, what it looks like to be inside the building, your players are your greatest attribute when it comes to recruiting.
I know you've talked about how unique this sport is, but and you'd probably like to be at home this week, but just you get a sense of maybe extra excitement that these guys are getting to play in a venue and a game they normally wouldn't get to in the regular season.
Man, absolutely. One of the goals you have is to get into postseason play. You're in the tournament. Now it's about, preparation and getting ready to go play your best football. You can see the focus in the guys, and at the same time not making it bigger than it is, meaning it's just 11 on 11. We're playing a great opponent, great venue, but it comes down to doing the ordinary things here.
One more here in the room before we go to Zoom.
Coach Braylon Staley, how have you seen him develop, and how ready is he to take the field if his name is called upon in this game?
Yeah, Braylon's done a great job. Young player that just has continued to grow through the winter, through the spring, through the summer. More opportunities. Chose to play him in 4, keep the red shirt, but he's more than ready to go play in this one.
We'll go to Zoom now. Just unmute your speaker there. We'll start with Teresa Walker, the Associated Press.
Josh, with Dylan Sampson, what has he meant for this offense, both on and off the field, with his approach to the game this year?
Yeah, just Dylan, super consistent in how he approaches everything inside of our building. That's meeting room, it's, in the weight room, on the practice field. Dynamic leader for us as a program, and then as a player, just his growth since he's gotten here, what he's done to prepare himself to have the load that he's carried this year. You watch the tape, he's done a great job of creating big plays, explosive plays, making people miss, but he's done a great job of understanding when it's not clean, getting his pads down and going +2 at the end of the runs. But he plays great without the ball in his hands as well, and a huge part of our success as a football team.
We'll go to James Scripea, the Oregonian.
Josh, not specific to this week, so if you'll indulge me on one question about Dillon Gabriel and your experience with him. The adage is you never want to be the guy after the guy, but Dillon's done that throughout his career, and obviously it started with you guys at UCF. What do you think it was that enabled him to excel in 19 under those circumstances with McKenzie as a freshman at that point for him? And from what you've seen him do following Caleb Williams and Bo Nix, why do you think Dillon relishes in following highly successful quarterbacks when others may struggle or look to avoid those situations?
Yeah, I think one of the great traits of Dillon, he's extremely grounded in who he is, has a great family. But because of that, he's not worried about tomorrow, and he's not worried about what came before him. He's truly in the present. He's that way inside of the building. He's an elite competitor, and that makeup has just allowed him, no matter where he's at, to be able to garner respect from the guys. And once you gain that, man, everybody sees what type of competitor and how he plays. He's a dynamic playmaker, man. One of the best that I've been around.
Thank you.
Last one to Nick Hamilton.
Hey, Coach. I wanted to ask you specifically just about Nico as far as somebody that truly understands the culture that you set up at Tennessee. What are some of the things that you've seen, not just on the field, but off the field, that he's been able to really be a positive face for this organization and for this team?
Yeah, as a young player, everybody wants the quarterback to be the leader immediately. Smart, young quarterbacks understand that there's a growth and an evolution to it. Nico's been great in one-on-one situations from the time that he got here, communicating with wideouts. He grew into, communicating and challenging the 5 guys in front of him. But now you can feel, as he started to play, you can feel his presence in everything that we're doing every single day. And Nico's got a great understanding of, man, you gotta be with the guys. You're not one of the guys when you're the quarterback, but you gotta be with the guys. You see him at the hotel on Friday nights. He's eating dinner with the offensive lineman. He's with the defensive lineman. He does a great job of, kind of getting out of his quarterback group or just the offensive unit and developing relationships with those guys. And that's a big part of leadership. Those guys having a relationship with you, understanding that you care about them, allows you to lead them.
All right. Thank you very much.